Oh, Donna's here. Hi, Donna. She said she'll be right back. I don't know if she sees me. But how are you guys? Whew, it is really cold here. Let me get this settled. I was hoping my laundry would be done before I got on. Hey, Kenyatta, great to see you. I'm gonna have to text one of my sons to switch the laundry when it's done. Sorry, I'm not quite as prepared as normal here, but I do have my sweater. I was gonna see if I could take it apart. I don't know. I'm trying to remember how I put it together because it's not just pulling, so I'm a little frustrated. Like it's all knotted up, and I don't want to get rid of all of this yarn. I really like this yarn. So, what are you guys up to today? Are you feeling better, Kenyatta? I've been worried about you with that flu that's lasting forever. Hi, Izzy. Thank you for coming in and chatting with us. You're new here. Are you a crocheter too, or are you just looking for some lives to pop on? Either way is fine. I just talk a lot about crocheting, knitting, and yarn here, so I was curious if you were also into all of that. Dawn, hi! I'm assuming you're Dawn, but I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm saying the wrong name. Both, lovely. You're in the right spot. Kenyatta said yes, just coughing now. Kenyatta's been sick forever, so yeah, hopefully that cough can go away soon. I'm on a call. We'll be right back soon. Okay. We'll miss you, Donna. Okay, good, good. Sometimes when I assume things, it's just like not right. I don't want to offend anybody or call people by their wrong name, anything like that. So what is everybody up to today? Is it cold where you are? Like today I had on my sweater, a heavy coat, and boots, just trying to keep warm. The disadvantage to all that is that once I get to work, it is stifling hot there, so it's really hard to know how to dress. Anybody working on a project right now? I'm just still trying to take apart that sweater that I made. My best friend told me it's 9 degrees outside. Ugh. Dawn said it's -20 wind chill. Ugh. Hands froze in a few minutes. Even Hala will not stay out long. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know what the temperature was here. I think we were a little bit higher than that. Yay, hi Thomas. He's working on cookie number 2, woohoo! I put out a tutorial yesterday for these cookies. And so Thomas was letting me know that he was making some cookies. So I have a tutorial. It was just put out yesterday if anybody was interested in making them. Just little amigurumi. I don't know, there's no stuffing in them. Would they still be considered amigurumi? That's just what I was assuming, little amigurumi cream cookies. Kenyatta said, was trying to work on the heel flap of my sock, but the purl side is frustrating. I still haven't knit any socks yet, so I don't know, you know, what to say. Hey, 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 Sprout Seedily. I'm so happy to see everybody here. I don't have a topic for today. I just thought we would come on and chat. And a lot of times, you know, topics tend to pop up as we start talking. So I was just seeing what everybody's up to. If there's anything that anybody wants to talk about, I'll call you Sprout. Awesome. how many people out there are crochet, knit, yarn type people? Because that's you know my big thing. I also do like to garden, but it's just not. No worries, Sprout. I'm sorry. Thank you for telling me. Kenyatta, she's definitely a knitter, crocheter, the whole works, yarn lover. This thing is not gonna come apart like I had hoped. Oh my. I'm behind on everything, trying to find ways to keep me on track. My health isn't good. Some days can't do anything. I've been trying to work on my numerous mals. Well, I'm sorry that your health isn't so hot, Dawn. You know, I think everybody in life, we all just do what we can, right? Good times, bad times, creative times, less creative times. So I hope that you're able to feel better. Don't worry about being behind, you know, just do what you can. I'm probably not one to give advice on that though, because I am the same way where I have ideas in my mind, like I want to get this done by this day, and just doesn't always work out like that. So Kenyatta said, I really want to do the Mary Maxim kit again. I have 3 payments left on my Finger Hut bill, so maybe after that I can do it. I remember when you used to do those. There were some interesting projects. I know it's like some of them were really good and some of them were kind of like, I don't know if I'll ever make that. But you did get some good yarn from it. I don't have a subscription to anything right now. It's just kind of, you know, if I need something, I'll see if I can go out and get it. So, does anybody else have a subscription to any kits or yarn or anything like that? I know Darn Good Yarn actually has some pretty good. Kenya said, I just have my book of the month subscription. Oh, I know you're an avid reader, so that is awesome. Hi Donna, great to see you. I haven't seen you in my comments for a while. I was getting worried. Arlene, hi. 11 and loves to crochet. I love that you're crocheting at that age. Imagine all the things that you can make. I didn't learn to crochet until I was an adult. So, but you're going to have all this time to learn to make things and create your own things. I think that's so exciting. Dawn said, I haven't been able to do videos. Life sometimes puts a wrench in the works, so I'm planning on doing videos about what I'm doing to work around my illness and be able to do my projects. That's a great idea. I think that that can help other people as well. Oh, thank you, Arlene. Arlene said she loves my videos. Thank you so much. I love that you're watching them. Kenyatta said, I did Darn Good Yarn back when they had them in the cute boxes. Yeah, they do have some really neat subscriptions, and they have some really neat yarn. I am affiliated with them if you guys were ever interested. I think I have a link to them in all my descriptions of my videos. I might have it under my profile. I'm not sure. If not, I'm going to go check that and see if I can link that then. But yeah, unfortunately I don't get Darn Good Yarn that much. Being affiliated just means if somebody else buys something using my link, then I get a percentage of it. But I don't get discounts on their yarn or anything like that. When I was first affiliated with them, they gave me a box of yarn to show, so I did that. But yeah, unfortunately I don't, you know, have the funds to be ordering from them a lot, but whenever I do, I want to post about it and show people. Donna said, been a rough month. We had our freezer die and our microwave. We are broke and I'm reading my membership. Oh, don't worry about it, Donna. Whatever. I mean, I totally understand. I know that things pop up in life. So, you know, don't even worry about that. I get it. And then Donna said, I have also been ill. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. There's so much stuff that's going around. Even the kids at school, they are really sick. We're having a lot of kids missing school. Arlene asks where I'm from. I am from Pennsylvania. So, Nature Fairy, I remember you from last week. I think I subscribed back to you. I'm looking at my list. Yeah. Were you the one that said you also had Cozy Crochet? Because I could not find that channel. That's what... Yeah, Donna, it's winter. I know. I'm getting so sick of this cold weather. It feels like it's dragging on forever. Arlene is from Puerto Rico. Wow. I've been wanting to learn Spanish, but it has not been going well. I don't know that I'll ever be fluent enough. I think, though, I could catch a few words here and there. But I think it's so cool that people from all over can find each other, you know, with similar interests. And, you know, like long time ago, people would never, with these same interests, or people who would get along really well but don't live near each other, they just never met each other. And I love coming on here and being able to talk to all of you guys, because you're all my friends now, you know, because we have crocheting, knitting, yarn in common. And I think a lot of you kind of, I feel like if we knew each other in person, we would also be really good friends. Nature Fairy said, you did, I saw, yes, I have one called Cozy Crochet. I could not find that. So I don't know, if you're able to email me the link to that, I would be happy to crochet too, subscribe to that, that channel too. Yeah, Donna's from Seattle, so I don't, you know, we would have probably never known each other before there was YouTube. Oh, Kenyatta said she was trying to find Cozy Crochet too. So I don't know. I looked up Cozy Crochet and I didn't even see anything that was like close. You know, I don't know. But if any of you guys have a channel that you do crochet on, I would be happy to subscribe. I love, you know, meeting fellow crocheters and, you know, getting to know each other through videos and stuff, watching each other's videos and stuff like that. So, taking apart this sweater is not working out. I don't want to just throw it away. My picture is a basket of yarn. I'll write that down and I'll try to find it again. Do you have like numbers by it? Is it like Cozy Corner and then some numbers? Because maybe that's why I can't find it. Basket of yarn. Okay, I'll take a look. Hold on. Oh yeah, if you could link it, that would be great. Oh, sorry, that's a bummer. I hate when things don't want a frog. Yeah, I guess it's the stitch. It was that, I don't know if you can tell what the stitch is. It was one of those like cluster stitches that go opposite directions. And I don't think it's, hi Ivy. I don't think it's like, it's not letting me. There's all kinds of knots and everything as I'm pulling it apart. Oh man, such a bummer. I don't know. I'll have to throw that away, unfortunately. What have you been up to, Ivy? I know I've seen all kinds of things you've been creating. I don't always get to comment on everybody's videos, so I'm sorry if you're missing me in your comments to your videos. Dawn said, there is a trick. I think it's to make sure the yarn is pulled out straight, as close to the work or the opposite. I'll have to try that. I had trouble finding some of the channels. There are many with similar titles. Yeah, I agree. I agree. There were a couple that I found. I was trying to remember. There was another one. Loopy Knots, I think, was another one. If Loopy Knots is on, let me know, because I think I could not find that channel. So, but I wrote them all down because I wanted to make sure I was keeping up with everybody. Even if I'm not always commenting. I don't know about you guys, but I tend to, oh, good. Thank you. I'm going to write that down so that I can get to that. Critters Crochet Critters or Critters Crochet. Yeah. Critters Crochet, she and I do a collab together. That's Teresa. She's really cool. If you aren't subscribed to her, I encourage you to go and subscribe to her as well. She's got a lot of good stuff going on her channel. So you have at cozy_crochet 723. I'll have to wait till I'm after I'm off the live to look that up, because I'm using my phone right now to do the live, and I don't want to click on something and accidentally pop out of the live. Donna said Battle of the Stitches. Yes, yes, she's the one I do Battle of the Stitches with. It is so much fun. I wish more people were into it. It's been a lot of fun doing that. We pick a stitch each month, and then we make our own creations with them, and then everybody votes for the one they like the best. It is so much fun. Oh, speaking of Battle of the Stitches, here was somebody who competed with us. Just Another Stitch, Connie. Howdy, all my amazing yarny friends. How y'all doing today? I'm doing great, other than being extremely chilly. I think the temperature the range today for us, now this is Fahrenheit, was 13 to 24, something like that. That was the range, so I was cold. And Holly is on. Hi, Mrs. Heisler. Hi. Holly was one of my students last year. She used to hang out with me at recess a lot, but now she's up at the high school, and I'm on my own. The Nature Fairy said, I don't have a lot of videos on it, but I'm getting there. Yeah, we're all doing what we can, right? That's what I have to keep telling myself. It's easier for me to give that advice than to take that advice, because I keep saying, I want to do more, I want to do more. But also, when you have a lot of ideas going on in your head, then you want to do more, and then it's like time is the issue. Kenyatta said, I don't think my Things We're Making project will be finished in time. I'm procrastinating bad. Yeah, that's okay. Just show it next month. There's really no like rules about Things We're Making Thursday. It's just something that's for fun. You know, if you can't post it till next month, then post it next month. Janet says, I do shorts right now. That's cool. Yep, you're doing what you can. I wanted to put up a short for this, but the reel, like I wanted to use the same video that I used for the reel on Instagram and Facebook for these cookies, but it was too wide when I went to put it in a reel here, or in not a reel, a short here, so you couldn't see the whole video. So I don't know, I'll have to figure something else out for that. But the tutorial is up for these if anybody was interested. Just little cookies. I don't know if you call them amigurumi. They're not stuffed, but you know, I just thought they were cute. Connie said, yep, time is an issue. I have so many things I want to do, just not enough time. Oh, tell me about it. That is so true. Oh my goodness. Oh, Donna, you like them? Thanks. I have a tutorial up for them. I put it up yesterday night. Cognitive dissonance, yay, another yarn friend. I'm going to write that channel down. Do you do videos? Because I was just saying to everybody that I would love to subscribe to more yarny friends here. Nature Fairy, the cozy crochet is just like my hobbies. I call it cozy crochet because I do mostly crochet. That's great. I think that's great. And I love the cozy. That's so nice. Holly said, I just got home from school today. Yep, I just heard my boys come home too. So sounds like you get home about the same time that they do. Kenyatta said, I wish the cookies were smaller. They'd be cute keychains. They would. You could probably make them smaller if you only do 1 round instead of 2. They would be pretty darn small. Or the other thing that you could do, you could do 1 round of double crochet and then 1 round of like either single crochet or half double crochet instead. So I don't know. Maybe you could just do 2 rounds of half double crochet and that would make it smaller. I don't know. It's something that you could play around with. Yeah, they're more like, I guess they're a little bit bigger than a regular cookie. Maybe. I'm trying to remember. I haven't had one of these kind of cookies in a while. I'm trying not to eat that kind of stuff. Oh, cognitive dissonance. You're just a crafter. Not just a crafter. Just a crafter is amazing. So Holly said, that's when I get home at 2:30. Okay, nice. I should make catnip stuffed cookies for the cats. That's such a cute idea. I love that. And I love when ideas start flowing, like you just show your idea and then all of a sudden there's all these other ideas that can pop up from that. You know, I don't know if Thomas is still on, but Thomas and I were doing that around Halloween time. He came up with a design for a skull doily, and then I turned it into a skull headband, and then, you know, he did another skull thing. So it was a lot of fun. We kept bouncing ideas off of each other, and finally it was like, all right, Halloween is over. We need to move on to the next thing. Oh yeah, Donna said you can use smaller yarn and a smaller hook. That would make it smaller too. I didn't even think about that. Need a glass of milk too. Yes. Yeah, that's true. I guess we could crochet a glass of milk with it. Just have it out for decoration or something. Nature Fairy said, I got done with school at 11. Lucky you. Lucky you. Holly's asking how I am. I'm good. I do miss you at recess, though. But, you know. Oh, Thomas is still here. Good. Still here. Cookie number 2 almost finished. Yum, yum, yum. Connie said, I need to get my crochet going today. I really want to finish the gnome I'm working on. How fun. I love gnomes. Dawn said, Halloween is never over. Long live the Pumpkin King. Yes, yes. There are so many ideas for Halloween. So, Thomas, you and I will have to think of something to do, like, before Halloween. Cognitive Dissonance said, I knit and crochet for grandkids and others. I bet they love it. I bet they love it. Having those kind of things are so nice. My grandmother, when I was young, my Grammy, she used to crochet just little things for us around Christmas time. And she'd make one for everybody. I still have one of them that she made. They're little ice skates, and they're crocheted ice skates, and they have a paper clip on the bottom for the skate part. And then there's like a chain that goes up for the shoelace, and then she just attached it to a safety pin, and it was just meant to be like a pin that you wear. But I still have it, and it's just a nice memory. You know, I get it out every year, and it's a nice thing. Thomas said, I can't wait for our next skull designs for Halloween. I know, there's so many things we can do now. And then we saw that other design that had skulls on it. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be crazy. You're crocheting a banana. Nature Fairy, did I write your name down? I think I was calling you by your name. I forgot to write it down. Are you Abigail? I did write it down if you're Abigail. Cognitive Dissonance. I still have the handkerchief and scarf from my grandma, and I'm almost 60 now. This is something else that my Grammy made, and I was thinking I want to frame it and hang it somewhere because I don't want it to... I mean, look at those flowers. That is amazing. This is all done with thread yarn. She did some really, really nice work. I never learned, did you learn to crochet from her? I never learned how to crochet from either of my grandmothers. Both of my grandmothers knitted and crocheted. Actually, I don't know if my Grammy knitted, but she definitely was very heavily into crochet. But my Nana, she did both, but I never learned from either one of them. I didn't learn until I was an adult from my mother-in-law. So Holly said, I was selling a pillow today in sewing class. Were you sewing it? Yeah, I think that's so exciting, Holly, that you're in a sewing class. You'll have to tell me all the things you're making. So you made a pillow today. That is awesome. Okay, Abigail. I'll call you Abigail then. So I like knowing people by their name, you know, because we're friends. We're all friends here. Thomas said, we have to make that other design we saw. I agree. I agree. That was really cool. Oh, you guys are all saying this is pretty. I agree. Thank you. So, and I don't want to use it. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be a coaster. I'm not really sure, but I don't want to use it. I want to, you know, frame it. I still had, you know, I left it out just to remind myself, get a frame for it so you can frame it and then hang it up in this room. Nature Fairy said, I don't do Halloween. Oh, I'm sorry. I know there are a lot of people who don't celebrate, don't do it. You can still like pumpkins and skulls and stuff. It doesn't have to be, you know, Halloween. Holly likes the heart. Thank you. Cognitive dissonance. No, but I admired her work. Okay, you didn't learn either. I learned from books and YouTube. Isn't that interesting, you know, that we would have people in our family that were such avid crochet, knitter, whatever, and they weren't the ones that taught us. And I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to ask, you know, and not just wait. I don't really know. Kenyatta said, my grandmother knit, crocheted, and sewed. I didn't learn from her. She tried to teach me to crochet once. Yeah, maybe it just has to be the right time in your life. Hi, Lacey Lavender. I'm so glad you're here to talk with us. Thank you. That is pretty. It's my grandmother who made it, my Grammy. So when she passed away, though, all of her kids knew that I was an avid crocheter and knitter. So they gave me all of her crocheting and knitting items. So that was really nice. Some of my crochet hooks actually say 39 cents on them. And I thought, wow, I wish they were still that price. Janet said, I learned from YouTube. Mom wasn't a teacher. Yeah, sometimes it is. I guess sometimes it is hard to learn from a family member. I used to be a music teacher, and they always said you can never teach your children to play a musical instrument. Both of my boys had piano lessons, but not from me. Cognitive dissonance. We didn't live close enough to my grandma, but she was the sweetest. Oh, that's nice. Well, I guess that makes sense. If you don't live near her, then it would be hard for her to show you. Kenyatta, I'm sure she is so proud. I'm sure that she's so happy that someone in her family is doing this. Hi, Scarlett. Welcome. Connie said, I learned to crochet from Selena Baca. Is she a YouTuber? I'm sorry that I'm not familiar with who that is. Lacey Lavender. I still have some crochet hooks and knitting needles with cheap Kmart prices from the early 70s. That's so funny. I do still come across yarn that is like has Kmart stickers on it. We had a Kmart around here up until, gosh, maybe it's longer ago than I'm remembering, but it really, I want to say it was like 7 years ago. It was still there. It's down now because I don't think there are any more Kmarts, but Dawn said, most of my hooks are vintage. I prefer as they are stronger. Yeah, yeah, right. Everything was kind of made better then. And then Connie said, Selena Backett writes a lot of crochet pattern books. Okay. She's also part of American Crochet Association. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I learned as a teenager from my grandmother and mother, but had to relearn as an adult. Mima D. Crochets said that. My mom taught me how to do the basic knitting stitches, but I never went anywhere with it. I'm not really sure if it was like a lack of interest on my part or if there were other things going on. I really don't know why, but I do remember that I learned how to do the knit stitch, how to do the purl stitch, and I remembered those as an adult. But I didn't really remember how to read a pattern or anything. I mean, now it's, yeah, it makes sense. I didn't know what I was doing, so. Holly said, I like your Strings and Threads channel, and I like that hat you made. Thank you. Thank you, Holly. Was it the one with the flower on it? Did you watch my video from Monday? Oh, and learned a lot from Bag a Day. Yeah, she's put a lot of good content out there. That's awesome. Lacey Lavender taught myself to knit and crochet from books. Good for you. I think it would be hard to do it from a book. Lacey Lavender, I was 10 when I taught myself in 1971. You taught yourself at age 10? That is really, really impressive. I love that. Cognitive dissonance. I couldn't knit until I learned to knit while holding yarn in my left hand. Yeah, I wish I could do that. I know that it's quicker to do it that way, but I learned, you know, where you do the stitch and then you move the yarn all with your right hand. But I've seen people do it with their left hand, and it's just like doom, 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 doom. It looks so fast, and I wish I could. I've tried to do it that way, but I keep losing stitches when I do it that way. So I don't know. I probably have to practice slowly for a while to get used to it. And I don't know if it's like when you do something a certain way for long enough, if your hands have just learned it that way, and it makes it harder to do other things. Connie said, I learned to knit from Shandy with Expression Fiber Arts. I also learned a lot about knitting from Marley Bird. Yeah, she has a lot of good knitting things too. I learned knitting first. I did too. I didn't learn crocheting until I was an adult. My mother-in-law is a very good teacher. She taught me and she taught my sister-in-law, who are both, it's not her daughter-in-law. So both of her daughter-in-laws she taught to crochet. And that's pretty cool, I think. It just felt so natural when she showed me. It just felt really good, and I just wanted to keep doing it. Abigail, she said, we're supposed to get 1 to 5 inches of snow. Oh, be careful. I saw a few days ago that we were supposed to get snow on Thursday, but now they've changed it and we're not. So just freezing cold weather. Well, yeah, be careful out there in the snow. Kenyatta said, I learned from several different tutorials on YouTube, still learning. I guess we're all still learning. I don't know if any of you guys watched my Battle of the Stitches the past 2 weeks. I have been decreasing wrong my whole life. So I put a tutorial out. The tutorial for the Stitch of the Month for Battle of the Stitches, you have to do a half double crochet decrease. I have always decreased where you yarn over for the first stitch, but you just go into the next stitch and that's how you decrease. But, you know, now I have learned. Plenty of people told me, you're not doing it right. So, oh, Donna, I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. Get some rest. It's okay. No worries. We all love you, so take care of yourself. So we're all still learning. I just learned something new this month too. I had to redo that tutorial. Now, the project that I'm doing for this month's Battle of the Stitches, I can't show it yet because it's tomorrow is the reveal day, but I did the decreases wrong for that. But I had already made the tutorial. I didn't have enough of the yarn to make another one, and I didn't really want to redo the tutorial. So I'm just going to put a little side note on there. You can decrease however you want here. You can either just go into the next stitch or you can yarn over for both stitches while you're decreasing. So Janet said throw. Is that what it's called? Throw it when you do it with your, when you have the yarn in your left hand while you're knitting? I know there's like continental knitting and I forget what the other one is. And I always get mixed up as to which is which. I think it does have to do with how you handle the yarn on the knitting needles. Dawn said, I learned from a Magic Crochet magazine and vintage books. I think that's awesome if you can learn from a book. I don't know if I could have picked up a book and learned it. I think I'm more visual, like I would have had to see it. So that's pretty cool. Holly, yes, I did. I forget what that was, what we were talking about for that. I'm sorry, Holly. Connie said, I'm a thrower with knitting. Is that what that's called when you do it with your left hand? And then Thomas, of course, he crochets like a knitter. He does the nooking, which is knitting with a crochet hook. That's pretty cool. If you don't know what that is, you should check out Thomas. He's got a whole series on that. And she's got some, he's got some new, I'm sorry, some really cool projects with nooking. And I wish I had more time. I want to make some of those. But like I'm kind of on a roll with some of the tutorials that I want to make and some of the projects I have in my mind to make. I'm sorry, my nose is so itchy. I'm really sorry. Holly said, I'm in sewing class this semester and I'm sewing a pillow. I think that's amazing. What kind of fabric are you using, Holly? What color? Is there a design on the fabric? Janet said, we're supposed to get snow in North Carolina. I guess you're getting the snow we were supposed to get. I don't know. I'm in Pennsylvania. I have no idea if it works that way or not. Kenyatta said to Holly, I wish I could take a sewing class. I don't know how to sew either. So at this point, I feel like I wouldn't have the time to dedicate to it. And I've heard from sewers that it's not necessarily worth it to sew anymore because fabric is so expensive and, you know, all that. So, whoops, I'm losing my spot here. I'm sorry that I'm behind here. Abigail said, I'm ready for spring. Me too. Me too. I honestly, this morning, it was so cold. I just wanted to crawl under my blanket and not move. But life goes on whether you want it, whether you want to stay home or not. Lacey Lavender, it was either teach myself from books or learn from a person. I don't have much choice because no one I knew knitted or crocheted. I'm glad that you learned. That is awesome. Holly said, I'm in art class this semester and we're drawing some Finding Dory characters. Wow, you have a pretty cool schedule this semester. You have sewing and you have art. Man, that's right up your alley. I know that you're very, very creative. You had the art class last year, I remember. You made some pretty cool things there. Lacey Lavender, my great-grandma quilted and she inspired me. I also sew and quilt and have designed my own clothes. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. My Nana used to quilt. She was in like a quilting bee at her church. And there are a couple times where I would visit her for the summer and stay with her. And she would bring me to her church. And there was a swing right outside the church. So I would sit under the swing. And sometimes I'd go and sit under the quilt that they were making. But I don't think that the ladies liked that too much because they like to sit there and gossip. And I don't think they wanted the kids to hear anything that they were talking about. But yeah, it kind of has some good memories. I've never quilted before. And I had to take a sewing class in school, but I couldn't even tell you how to thread a sewing machine anymore. It's been so long. Dawn said, my mom taught me to knit when I was little, but I didn't do anything with it until my first son was born. They kind of inspired me to do all kinds of crafts. That's awesome. I know once you have a baby coming up or a friend has a baby, sometimes it's like, oh, I want to make them something. Those are the gifts that are special and that they hold on to. Arlene. Abigail said, Holly, what grade are you in? Holly said, I am reading a book called Dog Man. Oh, I know those books. And Holly's in 9th grade. Gorgeous homestead, Gail. I'm glad to see you on here. It's continental with yarn in the left and English with the right. Thank you. I always get them mixed up. I always remember the term continental, and then I always forget English, which I don't know. That's not a hard word to remember. I just forget it. So continental is when you yarn with your left hand while knitting, and then English is the way that I do it, the way I learned it, where you you put this needle in the stitch, then you use your right hand to wrap the yarn around. So, and then Abigail said, "Oh, cool, I am too. Nice." Kenyatta said, "I think I throw the yarn, but with my right hand. It doesn't look as flawless as others who knit." I don't know. Thomas said, "No worries, wait for the brioche, is that how you say it? Brioche pattern or project." I know, I'm so excited to see all these new things you have out. And I want to do more nooking. Cognitive dissonance. You have a very nice personality and a great community. Glad to meet you. I'm Annie. Nice to meet you, Annie. I'm going to write these down because I'm doing weekly lives, and I love it when all my friends come back. So I'm trying to get to know everybody. I think that's a really cool channel name, by the way, Cognitive. And thank you for the compliment. Dissonant. And that's Annie. I have two kids, and they're both boys, but we had said that if we had a girl, we wanted to name her Anne or Annie. So I love that name. I think it's a really pretty name, but we never got a chance to use it, and that's okay. I really love my boys. I probably am a better mom to boys than I would be to girls. I work at a school, at middle school, and when those girls are rolling their eyes at me, I'm like, ugh. So I don't know. Lacey Lavender, we are supposed to get snow, but the sun is shining now and we're supposed to get more tonight. Well, be careful out there if you have to be out in the snow. I know I love snow, but I'm starting to get tired of it. So, Abigail says, I can sew, crochet, and embroider. Oh, that is so cool. I love that. Kenyatta said, I have only sewed a makeup pouch, thanks to the Sewers Club, and I also sew my bag linings. Oh, that's cool. Did you get a sewing machine, Kenyatta? I'm trying to think back. This was like maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago, where you were talking about wanting to sew and maybe getting a sewing machine for like Christmas or your birthday or something like that. I know that you were talking about sewing at one point. When I put linings in bags, I usually hand sew, and anything that I do, I pretty much hand sew because I don't have a sewing machine and I don't know how to use one if I did. So, Alina, nice to meet you. Knitter for ages, but took a long hiatus. Picked it up again and learned crochet now while recovering from a concussion. Keeps me out of trouble. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you have a concussion. But I think that crocheting is a wonderful way to pass your time. And I find that keeping my hands busy, really helps. Like if I'm watching TV with the family, if I'm not doing anything, I feel like I could just fall asleep right there. But I like keeping my hands busy, It makes the day go by faster too. And creating things is so cool. I just love being able to create. Holly said, and I like the 1 minute chain challenge you did. Thank you. I am not fast at all. That was a while ago, Holly. That was probably over a year ago. There was some like challenge going out to see how many chains you can do in a minute. And I think I just did a short on that. But there were people who were getting a crazy amount of chains, but I'm way too slow. And whenever I try to go too fast, I always miss, I miss the yarn. Janet said, my mom and grandmother's quilted. Janet said, I made a top, but never put it together. Oh, don't you love all those whips? Gail said, I do it English. Me too. I tried continental at first because supposedly to be easier for crocheters, but apparently I'm not normal. Same with me. Same with me. And I tried to teach myself how to do it continental because it looks like it goes so much faster, but I kept losing my stitches whenever I did it. So, and I don't knit a whole lot. I mostly crochet. But, here and there, I do knitting projects, especially the hats with the designs. And I have more ideas for those, so we'll just do as much as I am able to get done. Gail said, I waved back, but you probably didn't see me. Hi. Oh, sorry. If that was to me, Gail, I'm sorry. And then Abigail said, I've got to go. Bye. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for coming and visiting with me the past 2 weeks. I hope we get a chance to continue to get to know each other better. I hope you're still on to hear that. I know I'm a little bit behind on my comments. I'm scrolling up as, I see there's a lot that are popping up. I like to talk to everybody. Kenyatta said my daughter is giving me the money for it when she gets her taxes. Oh, that's cool. You'll have to let me know how sewing goes. Hi, Beverly. Good afternoon, everyone. Just got caught up enough to sit for a bit. So glad to see you. Kenyatta said, I use a machine to sew the panels together, but I hand sew them into the bags. That makes sense. Oh, Beverly said she remembers the chain challenge. Lacey Lavender, I embroider too, do tatting, cross stitch, Tunisian crochet, and make leather goods. You do it all. That's pretty cool. I did some cross stitching when I was a teenager, but truthfully, I think it's not for me. I think that there are some really beautiful things out there. My mother-in-law has made some beautiful cross stitch items, but I don't know. It's just not for me. I think my eyesight isn't as good as it used to be, and it's just, I'm not finding it fun, but I'm glad that you do, and there are definitely some really, really cool projects to be had with cross stitch. There's a store around here that's all cross stitching, and I went once with my mother-in-law. She was showing me around. There were a lot of cool projects there. Alina said, oops, my app crashed. Oh, sorry about that. I just said I'm sorry to hear that you have a concussion. That's not fun. But I'm glad that you have crochet to keep you occupied. Oh, okay. Abigail was still here. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by. I hope I'll see you next week, too. I'm trying to do this every week so that I can stay connected with everybody. Nature Fairy, I hope this doesn't sound weird, but I never had a real grandmother, and you are like a real grandmother to me. You are sweet. Thank you so much. It's nice to be able to talk to you. If you ever want to comment on any of the videos, say hi. I would love to say hi back and see how you're doing. Janet said, I've not tried leather work. I haven't either. I took a class last year with the chain links, and I thought that would be fun, but holy cow, was it hard. The teacher was not very patient either, but we were supposed to make a keychain, and I think it was going to be like this long, and I think I got like maybe this much done, and it was like a 3-hour class. I was so frustrated at the end, and I thought, I am never doing this. This is not fun at all. Cognitive dissonance, which is Annie. I'm sorry, I'm just double checking that I get it right. The name that I like. I have about 50 hobbies too, ADHD, and just a love of learning and making things. I think it's okay to hop around from this to that, to this to that. And, with ADHD, that's still okay to be able to do that. You just can work on what is grabbing your attention at that moment. So, Alina said, I also quit CC when I'm kind of cross stitch. Is that what you mean? When in my teens, couldn't do it now. My hands shake, but I'm trying to learn micro crochet. Can't explain that. Is that the with the? Hold on, I think I have some. Is that with these really little crochet hooks? I know it's not focusing. Let's see. And then the thread yarn. I love to every once in a while do a project like that. I haven't done one in a little while, but that's cool. I've seen some people do them like so tiny like this. I've never been able to get it like this small. I'm trying to think, do I have any? Usually when I make the small things, people want them, so I don't necessarily keep them. That frog there, and then the one next to it is this. They're the same pattern, but the smaller one I just did with thread yarn and a small hook. But I don't know if that's considered micro. That's probably still too big to be considered micro. Beverly, I took sewing in home economics in high school. That was many, 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 many years ago. I did make my girls sundresses when they were little. Oh, I bet that was cute. So nice. I don't know that I took home ec in high school. I remember doing it in middle school, and we did do sewing, but I don't remember. That was a long time ago for me too. And then Annie said, such a nice compliment, Abigail. It is. Thank you so much. Alina said, ooh, tell us more about mailing the mail. Sorry, I can't seem to talk. Like the chain mail, is that what you're talking about? I don't have it around here. I think I still have it. It's so the way that you do that is you take like pliers, and they actually have for the class we didn't get a pair of good pliers. We just got like cheapo ones because, you know, for the class that's what they provided. But there are, I guess, some needle nose and really good ones that people specifically use for chainmail. But then they have those chain circles, and you have to break them open and then connect them in a certain way to the next circle, and then like close them up. And it just wasn't, I had a whole lot of trouble with doing it right, because it was the pattern. It wasn't just like you're putting one into the other one and then you put the next one into the other one. It was like put 3 of them in this direction on this circle, and then in those 3 you have to do the next circle in a certain way. And I couldn't read the pattern, and I don't know, it was just such a mess. I did not enjoy it. Maybe with a better teacher it would have been more fun, but I still don't see myself doing that. Sorry, I need some water. Lacey Lavender said steel hooks. Alina, micro crochet with sewing threads. Oh, wow. That is really micro. Maybe that's how they do those like really, really teeny ones. I don't even know how they would stuff those, but they are so cute. And some of those teeny ones have such detail. Sewing thread. I can't imagine. That must be, that must be so interesting. Maybe I'll try that sometime. It seems interesting. Beverly said, I used to do a lot of plastic canvas work when my kids were little. I can knit and purl in knitting, but I prefer crocheting. Yeah. I did a little bit of plastic canvas too. I thought that was okay. Lacey Lavender, I made my tiny turtles with steel crochet hooks and thread. Oh, that's cool. I would love to see what they look like. Alina, bought some beautiful red and deep warm brown silk thread to make some poppies for remembrance this year. So cool. I want to see all these projects. You guys are going to have to show me. Beverly said, you are probably the same age as my girls. My girls are now 53 and 49. So I am 52. So I am about their age. Bye, Kenyatta. I'm so glad you came on. It was so nice chatting with you. Nice to see you always. And I think I'm caught up on the comments now, so that's so cool. I don't know, Beverly, it's just kind of strange, like when you reach each like decade. You know, it's like, oh, wow, you know, I'm getting older. But for some reason, when I went into my 50s, that just kind of hit me a little bit different than when I was going into any of my other ones. I don't know. Does it start hitting you like that harder each time? I don't know. Aline said, Lavender tiny turtles, so cute. I know, I would love to see them. I bet those tiny turtles are so cute. I love seeing those really, really little amigurumi. And I'm always like, oh, that would be so cool to make, but I don't know if I can do it that little. And then now you said you do it with sewing thread. Wow, I think I have some hooks. These were from my Grammy. I didn't buy these teeny tiny hooks, but I think I do have some of these steel hooks that would be small enough for that. This one is, I don't think it's like really focusing in on this. This one is so, so, so small. And she had some that had tops on them. Let me see. I think I have them here. It hit me hard at 60. I turned 64 last month. Whew. Yeah, I know. I'm wondering when I hit 60, is that gonna hit me a certain way? Yeah, this one, I don't know how teeny it is, but I know it had this one is really small. She had like a lid for this one, but yeah, this one is really, really tiny. I don't think I've ever used these teeny, teeny, tiny ones, but I bet they would work for sewing thread. I might need to get like reading glasses to put on top of my regular glasses to do something that small. Aaliyah said, 50s coming soon for me. Look at us. Look at all of us living our crafty social lives on the internet. Who says it's for the kids? I agree. And we were actually talking about that earlier in this live. I was like, I think it's amazing that you can find so many peers. Hi, Joanne. Great to see you. You can find so many peers on, you know, these kind of social media, especially YouTube. And years ago, we would have never been able to know each other. You know, look at us like from all around the world, and we get to be friends, and we get to come online and socialize together, and we get to share our crafts with each other. I love that. Lacey Lavender, I look in the mirror and wonder who that old lady, that old looking lady is, because it doesn't look like how I feel. I can relate to that. Like, where is that 20-year-old person? I still feel like that. I don't want to be 20 again, but I wouldn't mind looking like I did when I was 20. Beverly said, I just look at it as just a number, but my age is 75. You begin to wonder how much more time I have on Earth. I am enjoying our great-granddaughter who is 18 months old. You know, I think at any stage of life you can say that, because unfortunately none of us know how much time we have left. And there are people who are young, unfortunately, who pass away too. So any of us could wonder that. But I can see, like, as you're getting older, you definitely know the years are dwindling down. But I guess it's just take one day at a time and enjoy what's there. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get the comments to come back up. They keep wanting to scroll down. Those teeny hooks are nice for hiding snags on store-bought clothes. Oh, that's a good idea. I love that. Alina said, subbing you right now. Thank you. Hope to learn more about crochet and like the community here. I love it too. Do you do videos? Should I go over and subscribe to you? I love subscribing to all of my friends so that we can keep up with each other. I'm going to write your name down. Alina Adler. Beverly said, just enjoy each day that you're blessed with. Yeah, I think that's all we can do, right? Joanne said, I love that picture of you and the kids. Thank you. I'm not sure which picture, but oh, on Facebook? Are you talking about on Facebook? That was when they were little. Oh my gosh. We had so much fun when they were little. We had so much fun. We still have fun too, but they were really fun. It was a lot of fun raising them. Gail says, I'm coming up on the 60s decade. And the 50s were rough, so I'm sure something new will start to ache at 60. I know that's something that I found too, that there was a lot more changes that happened to you at age 50. A lot more changes. I wasn't expecting that. But you just take a day at a time. Janet said, I don't look in the mirror if I can help it. I will be 60 this summer. I'm sure you are beautiful, Janet. I have a sister named Janet. Beverly, you are right, Heather. Alina said, I feel like I've got the body of a great-grandma, the heart of a grandma, and the spirit of a teenager. That's perfect. I mean, at least the spirit part. None of us want our body to be like that, but I guess the spirit is the most important part. So I know, like, with my grandmothers, that's what I really remember about them, and what I really felt good about with them and being around them was their spirit. My Grammy, she had a wonderful sense of humor, a wonderful laugh, you know, and she was almost 90. She was 89 when she passed away. So obviously she was an older lady, but that's not like how I remember her. And I keep thinking to myself, like, hopefully my children remember me the same way that I would remember my grandparents, you know, as somebody who was easy to talk to, or somebody who was, you know, I don't know, somebody that you would have the bond with, where it really didn't matter what they looked like. It didn't matter that they were old. So I don't know. Alina Adler said, on a different account, I sometimes repost from Twitch. Okay. I have a Twitch account, but I never use it. So that's probably not helpful. I'm sorry. Dawn said, use coconut oil in cooking and as a supplement in food like smoothies. It helps with skin. Good to know. I think I have some coconut oil here. So I do cook some recipes with that. Joanne said, gorgeous, yes, the 50s were rough. The 60s is not looking hopeful. Oh no, don't tell me that. Alina said, but I'm not doing anything now because of concussion. Yeah, just be careful. Take care of yourself. Oh, Joanne said yes on Facebook. Yeah, that was an old picture. I love looking back at those times. And then the one where my youngest was in the snow and we had a really huge snowstorm and he could barely walk because the snow was like up to his hips. That was so much fun. Beverly said, our second great-grandchild is due to make an appearance in May. That's so exciting. Our great-granddaughter will be a big sister. Oh my gosh, you must be so excited. Are you going to make stuff for the new baby? Dawn said, I turned 60 this year. Woohoo! Lacey said, Alina, I still feel like a teenager in my heart, yeah, and spirit, and I believe that's how people and children of all ages feel. They can talk to me. I think that's great. That's really what I hope for my kids, and if I ever have grandchildren someday. I know that somebody was saying that I was like a grandmother figure to her, and I take that as a compliment, but I don't have children old enough yet. Well, I suppose technically they're old enough, but not really, because they're just about 15 and 17. But I was older when I had my kids, because I was older when I got married. So, you know, I think it is possible that by my age I could have been a grandma, but, you know. Whew, sorry. If you want to do anything with Twitch, I'd be glad to help how I can. Okay. That's cool, because I don't know my way around it at all. And I think my kids use it. I have to double check with them too. So they might, nice crafty folks there too. Oh, that's fun. Different ways to connect with people. Lacey said, I'm healthier and more active now at 64 than I was at 54. You know, I can almost understand that. I don't know about you guys, and I hate to bring this up because I know that not everybody that's talking is a woman, but I felt like things really changed in me. I went through menopause around 50. And then of course there was all the perimenopause stuff before that. But I don't know about you guys, but I went through like a year, and I'm starting to feel better about it now, but I went through a year where I literally felt like a zombie. Didn't matter how much sleep I got. I was like so exhausted. I had to force myself to do everything. And nobody understands that. You know, you still have kids that need to be driven around from here to there. And, you know, you still have a family that wants their meals and all that kind of stuff. But I felt so rotten for about a year, and now I feel better. But I'm wondering if, like, as the time goes by and as you're past that for more and more years, if you just start to feel a little bit better. You know, I feel like I could exercise more now than I could have before, and I'm trying to do a walk every day, and my family does yoga together before dinner, that kind of thing. So Beverly said, yes, I'm working on a filet blanket that says, you are my sunshine. Oh my gosh, I bet that's so cute. You'll have to post pictures when it's done. I made one for the great-granddaughter. I made the other little blanket as well. Oh, that's so cute. And they'll have those blankets forever. I think it'll be a wonderful memory for them. Lacey Lavender, I have 2 sons, 42 and 39, and 7 grandchildren. From my youngest, and the ages range from 17 to 3. Sounds like you have a wonderful family. I love that. Janet said, I'm in the exhausted stage now, menopause at 58. Oh, wow. Wow. I know that everybody goes through it at different times. So I'm sorry that you're going through that exhausted phase. I felt like there was nothing that I could do. And unfortunately, at the time, I had a doctor that really wasn't too, I don't want to say compassionate, because it's not like, but wasn't too like understanding and wasn't too helpful, because she was an older lady too that had already been through menopause, and she was basically like, suck it up, buttercup, you know, and that stinks. But I found a new doctor now who's a little bit more, you know, helpful with that kind of thing. So yeah, naps lots. You know, that didn't help me. I would take naps. I felt like no matter how much I slept, I was just still so run down. But, you know, now it's better. It was really just for a year of my life, probably from like 50 to 51. Joanne said, I'm healthier now. I have lost 180 pounds. Wow, since February 22nd. So I know I'm healthier. I eat better, and I am taking better care of myself now that there are no kids in the house. Good for you, Joanne. I'm so proud of you. Good for you. I need to get more on track with that too. Lacey said, sometimes you think it's over and it comes back. Comes back? Don't tell me that. I don't want to, la 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 la. I don't want to hear that. Gail said, I had to have a total hysterectomy at 40. It does make you tired. Yeah, it's real, and I think people don't understand that. Nobody gives you grace. You know, you still have to get up and go to work every day. You still have to do everything that you've always done your whole life. Nobody gives you any grace for that, but it is real. Janet says, I'm looking forward to more energy. Thanks. I hope you get it soon. I don't know what it was. I just remember, you know, I would be waking up and I'm like, wow, I feel so much better. Just one day I was waking up and I noticed that I'm feeling so much better. So I also cut back on the amount of sugar that I was eating, because I had read that if you're going through menopause and you eat something with sugar in it, like not fruit sugar, but, you know, like a cookie or something like that, that can add to the tiredness, because like, I guess your blood sugar rises and drops faster or something. I don't know. There was something to that. So I kind of tried to replace the sugar, you know, because sometimes I would like to have like a cookie or something like that after a meal. And I tried to replace that with something else, you know, like an apple or something else that's sweet, but not like bad for you sweet. And that, I think that helped my energy a little bit too. Beverly said, I have hot flashes again. It's a result of a hormone blocker that I'm on because of the breast cancer I had last year. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I haven't, my hot flashes have kind of died down too. So that stinks that you have to go through it again. But it looks like there's a reason for it. It's not like, you know, your body just decided to hot flash again. Oh my gosh, I can hardly believe that it is 4 o'clock already. We've been talking for over an hour. I really didn't want to make these always really long, but I lost track of time because you guys are amazing. And you guys are my people, you know, because we all have something in common and we all love the same things. Beverly said, I will be on them for the next 8 to 10 years. Oh no, so you're gonna have to suffer through hot flashes. I don't know. Hopefully your doctor will have some suggestions to make that go a little bit better for you. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything. I just know what I'm going through and what I've seen other people go through. And here's a silly thing that I have to go through. You can probably see it. My eyes will just randomly water. And I went to the eye doctor and they said that my oil ducts down here on the bottom have stopped producing oil, so all the tears I make just come out. They don't get mixed with oil and put back into my eye. So if you ever see me on here for a live and you see my eyes getting teary, that's why. So another lovely thing about getting old. So anyway, Janet said, I've enjoyed the chat. I need to run. Yeah, I need to run as well. So I stopped going to the doctors and got healthier. I think it really depends on the doctor. I think some doctors don't have good advice for you, and then there's other doctors who really go out of their way to try to find things to help you. So 3 hours is a good minimum for most folks on Twitch. People gather over time. Yeah, I have to make dinner for my family though, and we have been trying to do yoga before dinner, so I need to head out, but I loved this. I'll be on again next week. It seems like Tuesdays have been the days that have been working out best, but there might be days that I have to do it on Wednesdays. So it will be either Tuesday or Wednesday next week that I'll come back on. I just wanted to start doing this and get through, or get in touch with all, not get through, get in touch with all my friends and get to catch up with everybody. So it was really great to see you guys. I hope that you have a great week and feel free to email if you want to chat about anything. Bye.